35 plus thousand lightning strikes over Sydney. Emergency services going bananas. What does that mean to the life of a property manager? Stay tuned.
I'm the ringleader, so listen up.
Wow, Cleo Whithear, expert property manager of 4,000 years. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good, good. So last night, how'd you go? Did you get affected?
No, thankfully not. It was a beautiful light show from where I'm sitting, however, and some of those big thunder cracks, I was like, don't wake the kids up, please. But it
Oh
was
my
good.
God. It must be a record for Sydney, like 35,000 strikes. It was like 35,706 or something weird. And my eldest daughter turned around and said, imagine counting all those strikes. And I was like, anyway, the it's incredible with that driving wind, that heavy rain, what that does to the electrical system. What does that mean to you today? Like for property managers out across Sydney, what's today going to look like?
Well, I'm anticipating there's going to be some tenants that are without power, like you said. That is something that I believe the SCS and information that's coming through from the Facebook channels, tenants are being tuned on that. They will call us and they'll say, I've got no power. Like it's not something an electrician would typically come out in these types of conditions. It will highlight, however, some of those older style properties that have got the old phase electrical power boards in their units and things like that. It will possibly spark landlords to upgrade and put some more safety features in there. Because when something like this happens, that's when you start thinking about all the things you should have or could have insured for or done to prevent issues.
Well, a lot of people don't know that if an electrician opens up your electrical board and it's become a donkey and compliance has gone beyond that board, they have to upgrade that electrical board. So I think some people today are going to be forced to do upgrades across their circuit boards just due to compliance.
100%, and just even every day-to-day use, a tenant has a lot of appliances in comparison to what they had in the 70s and 60s and 50s in some of these buildings that were built. I even know when we bought this house where I'm living, we're like, there's no power points here. What is going on? We had to install all these power points because they were just older houses didn't have so much need for them. But in the event of storms and things like these extreme weather events, the older homes are impacted a lot as well. And especially the issue with trees. A lot of owners might think, oh, I'll chop that tree, I'll trim it, it's not really needed now. But if a big branch comes down and, to put your home in jeopardy now is a bit too late to think about those preventative measures.
Yeah, because I was actually driving home last night. I went through Mossman and a branch had come down over 2.5 lanes, across 2.5 lanes on the city-bound um, lane, and you could just squeeze through a car to get through. So fortunately, traffic wasn't stopped. But these things are a ton or half a ton of. It doesn't matter whether it's steel or lumber or concrete. It's half a ton. So there's some serious weight on some of this, and these trees just give way. Hey,
It's so true. And, I had a client once, his branch had come down on a neighbouring property and it was literally like a seesaw dangling on the fence. And he's like, well, I don't want to pay for all of that tree branch to be removed. And the other owner was like, they had to split the cost of the branch, this gigantic tree branch. And you don't think, but arborists, it does cost a lot of money to have a tree lopper out. Trees are very big expense. When living in certain parts of the northern beaches, I think it works out about 1,500 a tree, sometimes more depending on the size. And then you've got the wood chipper, you've got a crane, you've got all these additional costs. So you would think, yeah, it's just a branch or a tree, but it can be quite expensive. And I know, in these big events of storms and lightning and things, the SES, there's only so much they can do when everybody's in the same situation and inundated. I had a property in Belrose that had a tree fall on the house. That house was vacant for a year while the insurance has fixed the roof and the tree got removed and the tenants got relocated. It was almost a year where those landlords, didn't have a tenant or any rent or income. So it can be really devastating when it's to do with trees and weather and things like that.
So probably the biggest message from today is get a hard copy, a physical copy of your insurance, and just have a good old mosey that it's current, and have a good old mosey that you agree with what's covered. Do you want contents in covered? What happens in extreme weather events? You've got fire to consider, you've got flood to consider, you've got electrical to consider, and just have a look how much those things are and if they are in your policy, because you don't want to find out after the event, yeah?
It's too late then. Yeah, exactly. And you know what, it's the beginning of the year. Now's a good time to get all your affairs in order when it comes to insurances and things to do with that. And if you are a tenant out there that is affected, rest assured that there are lots of people that are willing to help in these extreme events, and obviously our office. And if you need to come in and let us know what's going on, more than welcome to come into the office. And any of our team will be able to assist you in the right direction of how to go about it.
So, Cleo, out of the properties you're managing, just over 500 properties yourself, and the team's managing just over 2,000. What would be, when you get in today, what's it gonna look like? What do you expect? Everyone calls, a couple of people call. What's the nature of what you're against around the corner? Yeah, you haven't got to your desk yet, but what does your crystal ball say?
I'm going to have positive vibes. I'm thinking just normal plumbing, electrical maintenance in my inbox, nothing heavy. I have been doing some preventative tree lopping work with a few of my properties at the moment. So I'm relieved that I've had certain things taken care of already. So I like to just feel positive and think that everyone out there was safe last night and just enjoyed the electrical storm from the comfort of their lounge with no problems. So fingers crossed.
Well, stay tuned next Thursday. We'll give you a 1 minute update on what happened today. But I hope everyone out there today was nice and safe, and with their families. And so, check insurance is the message out of today.
Definitely.
Do preventative work, particularly with trees. Be aware that your electrical switchboard has to have consistent upgrades done to it. And if those upgrades have not been done, you will be forced to upgrade your board. Anything else? Real estate advice style after a storm like last night?
Look, just like you said, all those things, check those things, save, consider saving for those upgrades. If you've got a property and you're a landlord, you have a duty of care to make sure that property is compliant. So compliant with safety measures, with everything in the property. That is, part of the landlord information statement you sign when you even, bring on a property to an agency. It is up to an owner to make sure that their property is safe and compliant for tenants. So that is our number one goal. And yeah, check all those things.
Can I tell you just a golden memory I got from last night's electrical storm?
Please share.
I'm going out with this one. My daughter goes, oh my god, my eldest daughter. I go, what? She goes, the Uber driver. I said, what Uber driver? So Shanice's got a bunch of friends that are very, very lad Bible based, very lad Bible based. And the Uber driver turned up with the pizza, and then the electrical storm started. So they're like, come in, come in. So he got stuck in their house during the storm in his in his yellow high vis, and they got a selfie. They got a selfie, like talk about, and these got really real lads. So they all decided to play Uno with the Uber driver.
That is
And I was,
perfect. How lucky
and
for
I
that
saw,
Uber driver.
I saw the photo, and then all these deliveries got cancelled. So he's like, all right, I'll play a bit more Uno.
I love that. That is the best.
Love it. It's amazing
Have
what
a
happens
great, safe.
in these events.
Yeah. No, I think
Things
everyone's too old, all right? But there's that movie, The Great Outdoors with John Candy, and there's a guy in there that got hit by lightning 166 times. He was just really unlucky and he had a grey stripe. I don't know if anyone's seen the movie, but yeah, lightning, it can get you.
I think I remember the guy, but anyway, Sydney, I hope you're okay. Property managers, good luck for today. Cleo, put out good vibes.
Nice to
Nothing
see you
till the
guys. See you again. Bye.
All right, cheers, bye.